Freshmen, my name is Mr. Braswell, and this is my demonstrator, Mr. Hope. In this module, we're going to be covering how to properly wear and wire your Class Bravo summer uniforms for the males. To start, the biter will always be worn with the overlay facing forwards. It is going to be a perfect 2-finger length measurement from the bridge of the nose to the bottom of the biter. It also is not a fish privilege to have a straight biter. You are required to peak it, just as Mr. Hope has. Going to the mask, make sure that the khaki is always facing out. The inside of it is black and that is not permitted to be facing out. Also ensure that the straps are always straight and not twisted in any form or fashion. It is also required to be worn above the nose and not below and just above the lip. Going to the brigade shields, they are to be on the center axis for the long length of the epaulette. They are also going to be equally distanced in between the middle of the fastener and the seam closest to the bottom of the brigade shield. Going to your AMUs, they are to be perpendicular to the bottom edge of the collar. There will be 1/2 inch in between the topmost edge of the AMU and 1/2 inch in between the bottommost edge of the AMU and the bottom of the collar. Going to the white undershirt, it is to always be pinned to where it is tight, but not so tight that it is choking you, and to where it is not baggy. Going into the nameplate, it is to be flush with the bottom seam of the right chest pocket, and it is to be perfectly centered within that chest pocket. You can use the military creases to determine where the middle and split the nameplate perfectly down the center. If your uniform did not come with military creases, you're required to go to the dry cleaner and get those put in as soon as possible. Going down to the belt, it is required to be perfectly shined at all times up to standard. Not just the face, but the top, the bottom, and the fish tab. Touching on the fish tab, it is to be even with the metal underneath it. It should not be overlaying the belt or underlying it to where you can see the metal beneath it. You're going to put the belt in from the right side, opposite from how males normally put it in, and then insert it after going around the body into the left side of the belt buckle. It is to be flush with your gig line, which is the line on the right side of your fasteners going down to the right side of the fly on your trousers. It is going to be the top right corner and the bottom right corner that is going to be flush with that gig line. Going down to the bottom of the uniform, you are required to wear tall black socks at all times while in uniform. Your shoes are also required to have a 2-bar shine, meaning you can see both of the light bulbs in the ceiling lights at all times. You also are required to tuck your laces into the low quarters. If you have any questions, you can refer to the standard to see how it is properly to be worn.
Freshmen, my name is Miss Head, and this is my demonstrator, Miss Trim, and today I will be showing you the proper way to wear and wire your Class Bravo summer uniform. Starting at the top with the biter, the overlays will be facing forward, and your biter will be placed 2 fingers starting from the bridge of your nose to the bottom of your biter. For females, inside your biter, you have the opportunity to place 2 bobby pins on either side threaded through the side of the biter, and you can pin them to your hair on your grape. Moving down to the mask, you'll be issued a khaki mask, and it will sit like a regular mask off the bridge of your nose and through the loops of your ears. In the Class Bravo summer uniform, females will have their hair in a bun that will go into detail later. Next, moving on to the brigade shields. Your brigade shields will be centered between the fastener and the seam on the epaulette, and on either side of the brigade shield, there will be an equal amount of distance for the right-hand side and the left-hand side. For your AMUs, you will have 1/2 inch on the lower part of the collar, and there will be an equal distance on the outer portion of the collar, on the inner portion of the collar, on the A on the right-hand side, and on the U on the left-hand side because they're flipped. For the undershirt, females will wear a white V-neck. Your V-neck will not show at the chest or on the sleeves of your Class Bravo summer uniform. Next, moving on to the nameplate. Your nameplate will be centered with the fastener on your right-hand breast pocket. The top of the nameplate will be at the bottom of the seam of this pocket. Moving on to the belt. Your belt will be threaded through the left side of the belt loops, and the belt will be in line with your gig line, which is the fasteners and the fly of your pants, and your fish tag will be on the furthest right-handmost side of the belt buckle. Next, you will be wearing black socks that go to your shins, and you will wear your low quarters with your laces tucked in, and your low quarters will be shined to a 2-bar shine. If there are any questions, refer to the standard. Freshmen, my name is Miss Head, and I will be teaching you how to do the backings for your AMUs, brigade shields, and nameplate. Your AMUs and your brigade shields will be done in a similar way. First, you will obtain a hard card, whether that be an old hotel key or an old credit card, and you will poke the AMU through the credit card like this. Then, you will cut around it so that there is a little excess around each edge, and when you place this on your uniform, you will place the AMU on the front side of the collar and the backing on the back side of the collar so that it is not seen. Then you will proceed with the damage. The nameplate has a different backing than the AMUs and the brigade shields. You will do the similar thing by obtaining a hard card, and then you will poke the nameplate through the card, like so. And you will cut around it a more excess area than you would for the AMUs or the brigade shields. This is because you will be rolling the edges for the nameplate backing. To roll the edges, you will obtain a lighter, and you will heat the bottom edge, or the edge you're trying to roll, like so, but do not burn it. And then you'll come over to a hard surface and roll it while it's warmed up so that it's malleable. And then your nameplate backing will be done, and that is the end of how you do your backings for your AMUs, brigade shields, and nameplate.